will be at second base batting sixth. Batting seventh, third baseman Mike Moustakas. Justin Maxwell making his Kansas City Royals debut. He'll be in right field batting eighth. Batting ninth and at shortstop, Alcides Escobar. Pitching for the Royals here this afternoon, making his 23rd start, 5 wins and 7 losses, right-hander James Shields. Here's the starting lineup for your Minnesota Twins. Brian Dozier back in the lineup at second base. He'll lead off. Batting second at shortstop, making his debut here at Target Field, Doug Bernier. Joe Mauer will DH and bat third. Justin Morneau at first base bats fourth. Ryan Domit will bat fifth. He'll catch. Trevor Plouffe at third base batting sixth. Batting seventh and in right field, Chris Herman. Aaron Hicks in center field bats eighth, and Clete Thomas will bat ninth and play left field. Pitching for Minnesota, making his 20th start, 5 wins and 9 losses, left-hander Scott Diamond. Umpires Doug Eddings will be calling balls and strikes. Dana Demuth at first base. Angel Hernandez, the umpire at second base. Paul Nauert at third base. Get your game and your morning in gear with Hills Brothers Overdrive Blend. It's 20% more caffeine. Hills Brothers Coffee, trust the taste. Share the tradition. And it's Gordon ready to lead off to get you started. Here's Corey Provis.
All right, Danny, thank you. And today's opening pitch is brought to you by Minnesota Eye Consultants, the preferred ophthalmology group of the Minnesota Twins. Call 800-I2I or visit MNEYE.com for your eye care needs. Scott Diamond will try and cool off the Royals. Kansas City has won 8 in a row. The longest winning streak the Royals have had since they began the 0-3 campaign, with 9 straight wins. Diamond to Gordon, and the opening pitch is a strike called, and we are underway at 87 miles an hour. 78 degrees here at game time. A few white puffy clouds above the ballpark. A bouncing ball to the right side, backing up, gloving Dozier. It's the first test he sees in this series. He makes the play, and Dozier throws out Gordon. 1 up, 1 down, no score, first inning, and the batter is Eric Hosmer. Diamond making his 20th start. He's 5-9 rather. The ERA is over 5. But Danny, looking at the splits on Diamond, interesting to point out the fact he has fared better on the road than he has at home this season.
Yeah, just 2 wins here at home, and also that ERA alarming. It's a little over 6. So hopefully he can get that turned around here today.
Hosmer's had a good series, 5 for 10. He's scored twice, knocked in a run, strike called.
I like what Gardy said about in that Drew Butera caught him last time and really kind of worked well with him. And hopefully Domi can kind of get in that same page with Diamond here today.
And the 0-1, that's Luke Fowl above the screen behind the plate. You go and look back at Diamond's season. The start that really stands out, this was back in early May 7th in Boston, where Diamond went 7 scoreless, allowed only 3 hits. Ryan Domi caught him that night. And Domit's line after the game was, "I was basically sitting back in a rocking chair, letting Diamond do his thing at Fenway Park." And the 0-2, a check swing, he went. Strike 3, a slider from Diamond. He races Hosmer. Hosmer hoping for an appeal. It was not granted by Doug Eddings. There's a strikeout, so 2 down, no score. Bases empty. Royals batting in the first. And here's Billy Butler.
Corey, I think also what's the key for Diamond here today is to be able to get ahead of these hitters. And then maybe kind of get them to chase just right there. He got ahead, be able to throw that slider down and away. But he gets in a little bit of trouble when he falls behind, and also when they lay off that little cutter inside.
Billy Butler steps in, letter high strike called. Also keep an eye, good feature during our Menards pregame about the sinker that Diamond has been utilizing here. Made his debut in the Mariners series. And the 0-1 is down low. He expects to use it today primarily to left-handed batters. And the Royals have 3 of those in the lineup today: Gordon, Hosmer, and Moustakas. Butler hits from the right side. And now Diamond's 1-1 pitch, a swing and a lofting fly, twisting foul out of play to the right side. 1-2 on Butler. You look at what Butler's done in this series. He's only 1 for 8. You think if you have Butler to a low average in this series, you're probably doing pretty well. Not the case. Hosmer's been a tough out. Moustakas has homered a couple of times. Tejada's had a good series. And the Royals have taken the first 2. Here's the 1-2 lifted to right on a line. Herman is there, now goes to his left and makes the catch near his left shoulder. And Diamond works a 1-2-3 first inning. We have played one half at Target Field. Royals nothing. Twins coming up on your home for Twins baseball. Welcome back to Target Field. The Twins and Country Hearthbred are proud partners this season. The toast of the Twins is Country Hearthbred. No score. Twins to bat first time today against James Shields. Terrific starting pitcher for the Royals. He was acquired in that blockbuster trade with the Tampa Bay Rays back in early December. And today making his 23rd start. 5-7, but an ERA just over 3. And Dozier takes a strike called 0-1. Dozier, his first appearance in this series. He had to leave the game on Sunday in Seattle about midway through with a back injury. We learned on Tuesday. Also, Dozier bothered by a sore left knee as he swings and pops it up shallow right field. Justin Maxwell, his Kansas City debut, makes the catch. And Dozier is out number 1. Dozier was fitted for a left knee brace. He's not wearing it during games. He was wearing it though during workouts. Batting practice. Went through a full workout yesterday. Dozier wanted to play last night. The training staff convinced Gardy and convinced the player. Let him go through the workout first and see how he fares, and then if you need him to pinch hit, he will be available. That was the case for Dozier last night. Back in the starting lineup for game 3. No score, 1 out. Doug Bernier takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Bernier came on defensively in the 9th inning last night after Colabello hit for Pedro Florimon in the 8th inning. And the 1-0, and that's a strike called from Shields at 89 miles an hour. I mentioned the wins and losses for Shields. You really can't look at those for too long, though. And the 1-1, a spinner swung on and sky to right center. Playable. Kane Maxwell converge. It'll be Kane's call and his catch. The center fielder makes the play on Bernier, so 2 down. I bring that up because the Royals as a team, they have not been scoring runs all season long. Near the bottom in the American League in runs scored. So with that said, Shields amongst the American League leaders in a few important categories, including innings, ERA, and strikeouts. He's retired the first 2. Dozier, Bernier both fly out. 2 down. No score. Bases empty for Joe Mauer. Back-to-back multi-hit games for Mauer. Mauer DHing today. And the pitch is over for a strike call. The Twins in their home whites. Twins script on the front. Blue pinstripes. Up and down the tops and trousers. Royals in the royal blue top. Gray pants. Blue caps. Blue bills. Now the 0-1 to Mauer. Swing at a comeback. Her glove by Shields. He'll jog to first. Now flip it to Hosmer to end the inning. A 1-2-3 first for Shields. After one, no score on your home for Twins baseball. Twins baseball is brought to you by Mayo Clinic, highly ranked for quality more often than any other academic medical center in the nation. No score after one. It will be Salvador Perez, Lorenzo Cain, Miguel Tejada. Due up here in the second inning. Both starters working 1, 2, 3 innings. Perez 3 for 8 in this series. Terrific young catcher. It's right-handed and Diamond deals down low, ball one. Perez hitting .279, 4 home runs, and 42 knocked in. Was named to his first All-Star team this year, along with Alex Gordon. And the 1-0 is rolled foul. That got a piece of Domet. Behind the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. In-plate umpire Doug Eddings going to give Domet some extra time. Understandably so.
Okay. Thank God he's already had his kids, huh?
1 ball, 1 strike on Perez. No score in the second. Diamond from the windup and the pitch, line to left, going to fall for a base hit. Ball lands in the grass, rolling a few times out to Clee Thomas. And Gardy Danny was giving high praise to Perez. We know what he can do with the bat, but the play he made, and Aaron Hicks defensively, really caught the attention of the Twins coaching staff.
Well, no question about it. He's one of those guys that is kind of an all-around player, good offensive player. Calls the good game, handles the pitching staff well, but also, surprisingly, he's pretty quick behind the plate. And not only fielding or grounding or blocking balls, but also that area out in front that he's in charge of, and that is the bunt. Got himself in a good position, good strong arm.
He's had some big games against the Twins this year as Lorenzo Cain takes high for ball one. Cain back in the lineup after missing the last 3 games with a groin injury. Originally this morning when Ned Yost posted his first lineup, Cain was not in there. Maxwell was in center and David Lowe was in right. Cain went through another workout today and was able to play here for game 3. Bouncing ball past Plouffe, base hit left field. As Cain pulls a single to left, and the Royals making noise in the second. No score, 2 on, nobody out. There's the veteran Miguel Tejada. Tejada, non-roster invitee, 39 years old. He's been playing very well here in the month of July. Defensively, offensively, he's hit safely in 12 of 14 games this month. back in July, I should say. Chris Getz was put on the DL to make room for Maxwell. And the pitch is a belt-high strike called on Tejada, 0-1. Tejada's knocked in 2 runs in this series. His average at .290 overall. He's homered 3 times and knocked in 17 runs. 6-time All-Star, former MVP with the Oakland A's, Miguel Tejada. 2 on, nobody out, no score, and the 0-1, a bunt. It goes foul behind the plate. Now it's 0-2, and Plouffe was playing back. As Tejada was showing bunt there, made contact, but it went foul behind the plate. No balls and 2 strikes.
I think that's just a bunt on his own right there. He saw the third baseman Plouffe way back. Go ahead and give it a try. If he is thrown out, bad bunt, at least he's moving those runners over.
Mike Moustakas on deck. Diamond facing the Royals for the first time this year. 2 on, nobody out, ahead of Tejada, 0-2, and the pitch had the plate, missed low though, ball 1. The fastball at 88 miles an hour. Well, there's that matchup you referenced earlier, Danny, with a right-handed batter. How Diamond, something he did so well last year, throwing that cutter inside and jamming right-handed batters.
And I think there's a little bit more of a scouting report now, and that he likes to throw that cutter in off the plate. A lot of hitters commit and swing at it.
Now the 1-2, bouncing ball to third. Twins have a chance, but the ball deflects off Plouffe's glove. Bernier drops it. Everybody safe. That'll be an error on Trevor Plouffe. He went to his left, had the glove down on the ground. Looked like he had a chance to glove that ball and get 2. Deflected off the leather. Bernier backing up, could not pick it up cleanly though. So with that, Tejada's on. The bases are loaded, nobody out. And here's Moustakas. Will be an error on Plouffe. Fielder's choice. So base is loaded, nobody out. Infield is back. They'll concede the run as Moustakas takes the pitch down low, ball 1. Twins committing a costly error in the game last night. Well, it proved to be the decisive inning. 7th inning, what was a 2-2 game. The error by Florimon allowed Gordon to score. Hosmer reached down the play, stole second base, and scored on Butler's 2-out single. The 1-0 inside in the hands of Moustakas, 2-0.
Well, Corey, here's where you need to pick one another up right there. And the Diamond made the pitch. Got the ground ball, kind of a tailor-made double play, and I'm not sure if Trevor kind of came up too quick and it hit off the end of his glove. But that's for sure out at second base, and Tejada doesn't run all that well anymore.
Now the 2-0 is swinging a fly ball softly left side, slicing Plouffe over near the tarp, reaching and can't make the play as his body tumbles on top of the tarp. The ball found the seats, just 1 row in. On the left side, 2 balls and a strike on Moustakas. We set the runners for you. The Royals have Perez at third, Kane at second base, Tejada at first. And Kane can really run. He's been slowed by that groin injury the last few days. The outfield of Thomas, Hicks, and Herman. Herman made a good throw. His first career outfield assist in last night's ball game. By far the best arm of all the 3, Hicks in center. And the 2-1, high, ball 3, and now Diamond has to throw a strike here. Behind Moustakas, 3-1, bases full of Royals. Moustakas 4 for 7 in this series. He's homered twice. And the 3-1, a swing and a fly ball, playable right field. Should be deep enough to score Perez though. Herman the catch, Perez heading home, the throw going to third, and Kane slides and he's safe. Another good throw from Herman. Plouffe on the bag to apply the tag, but Kane just got the feet in on time. It is a sac fly RBI for Moustakas. Perez is in, and with that the Royals take a 1-0 lead.
Well, it's a strong throw, but he completely missed the cutoff man, and in doing so, you've got a veteran in Tejada at first base. 1 tag, all tag. He sees that that ball is not going to be cut off, and he tagged up, so he's at second base. You throw the ball at the cutoff man. Now Tejada has to hold at first base, and it keeps the double play in order.
That's a good point.
So, yes, it was a strong throw, but not a good throw.
It's a 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. And here's Maxwell making his Royals debut. And the pitch, line to left, to base hit. Kane will score. Tejada to third as Thomas throws it back in. 2-0 Kansas City. Very first pitch Maxwell sees with his new team. He lines an RBI single to left, and the Royals now lead by a pair. Maxwell only 40 games with Houston this year. He was slowed by a concussion, also a hand injury. Royals sent a minor league starter, Kyle Smith, to Houston in return. 9th RBI overall this year for Maxwell. Tejada to third, 1st and 3rd, 1 out, 2-0 Royals. And here's Escobar batting 9th today. And the pitch is swinging a tapper foul behind the plate. No balls and a strike. Escobar 0 for 8 in this series. He's been struggling with the bat. Here's a guy, for the most part, who was hitting second in the first half of the season, but not anymore. He's 0 for his last 13, just 2 for his last 22. After a strong offensive season a year ago. As Diamond checks on Maxwell at first, he steps back in safely. Maxwell's a big dude, 6'5", about 220. Comes from a military family. His father retired as a captain. His mother retired as a commander. As we said during our pregame show, Justin's dad, Captain Austin Maxwell, served as the presidential dentist. And the 0-1 bouncing ball to third again. Blue for the chance. He gloves, feet second one. The relay from Dozier in time. Threw that ball from his knees on target to Morneau at first to complete the innovative Office Solutions double play. It goes 5-4-3, inning over, but the Royals get 2 runs on 3 hits. They lead 1. Inning and a half complete. Our new score reads Royals 2, Twins nothing on your home for Twins baseball. Later on today, be sure to tune in for the 7th inning scratch from the Minnesota State Lottery, when you can call it and win great prizes all season long. Royals get 2 in the second, 2-0 Kansas City. Justin Morneau begins the home second, and James Shields misses outside for ball 1. And Morneau happy to turn the page on July. Hopefully a new start here in August. He struggled offensively last month. And the 1-0 pitch is over and in for a strike call. His average down to 261. 8 homers and 53 knocked in, 1 for 8 in this series. And Morneau has good numbers lifetime against Shields. Here's the 1-1. Line to right. There's a base hit towards the corner. And Maxwell can't get it. It gets by him, bouncing off the wall. Morneau streaking for 2. He's going to make it easily with a double. Well, Maxwell almost went parallel towards the line. Never really angled back towards the warning track. That ball got by him. Bouncing off the wall. It is a double for Morneau. So right on cue. Morneau now 12 for 33 lifetime against Shields. And the Twins have their first hit, down by 2, nobody out for Ryan Doman. 26th double on the season for Morneau. And now Doman steps in. He swings and skies one to left. Playable. Gordon backpedals shy of the track. Will set his feet, makes the catch, and Morneau will start, then stop off second as the throw comes back into third. Doman was trying to advance Morneau, get him in a scoring position, and that's what kind of plagued the Twins last night. Spots like this, guy at second base, nobody out, unable to get that productive out and move the guy over. Instead, Morneau still at second base, 1 away. 2-0 Royals for Trevor Plouffe.
Yeah, had some opportunities in that ball game in the middle of the game also, and then also late in the ball game, both times failing to get that runner over to third base, and Twins ended up coming up empty.
Now Plouffe, 1 for 7 in this series. Trevor at 245, sitting on 10 home runs. And here it comes from Shields. A spinner misses outside, ball 1. Plouffe 1 for 3 lifetime against Shields. He's facing the Twins for the second time this year. And his only other start against the Twins came on this field in late June. And the 1-0 wrap foul on the ground behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. That start was on June 28th. He picked up the win. 6 1/3 innings. He gave up 3 runs and 8 hits. No walks. He struck out 5. Appropriately, Shields earned the nickname Complete Game James. A couple years back, the 1-1 line to left, but curling foul. That ball skips off the warning track and bangs off the sidewall down the left field side 1 and 2. You go back to that 2011 season, Danny, he had with the Rays. Finished third in the Cy Young balloting that year, but 16 and 12. 11 complete games in that 2011 campaign.
You know, what's also more impressive is that all the 200 innings he has logged over the years. So he's a guy that you look out there, he's going to give you the 200+ innings.
1-2 gets away from Perez, and with that, Morneau takes third. That'll be a wild pitch charged to Shields as Perez had no chance. The catcher lunging to his right. Tried to backhand pick that ball in the dirt. He got by him, so now Plouffe for the chance. Morneau at third base, 1 out. Twins down by 2.
You know, one thing about Shields also, though, he led the league in giving up hits, and that was in 2010. He gave up 246 hits, also 117 earned runs, and then he led the league in giving up home runs with 34. So
sliders in the dirt, skillfully blocked that time by Perez. His right knee on the dirt, anticipated the high hop, deflected off the gray chest pad he wears. So full count on Plouffe.
You just have to like his competitiveness out there. I think that he's one of those pitchers that can really kind of manage a game as it goes along and really not have the game speed up on him. He's able to close it, slow it down a little bit.
The 3-2 he walked him. Ball 4 outside. It's the 43rd walk issued by Shields on the year. This is a guy that's approaching 150 innings on the year. They'll set up the double play. First and third, 1 out. Twins are down by 2. It's up to Chris Herman. He's homered twice and knocked in 10 this season.
I like what Chris was talking about. He's a guy, if you look at some of his numbers, you get to this guy early. As the game goes along, you talk about he likes to settle in, and then he kind of gets in a rhythm, gets in a groove, and he is kind of a tough guy. So see if they can take advantage here in a second.
Working from the stretch, here it comes to Herman. It's a changeup for a strike called 0-1. Why is that? Is it just not always guys don't make that transition from their pregame bullpen to the mound right away where things just don't click early?
Yes, you know, sometimes guys are just a little bit too strong and they try to overthrow a little bit. When you overthrow, I don't think you have your good stuff. It's just when you get in a rhythm, you lather up, you start sweating a little bit, you start getting in the flow of the ballgame.
Fastball misses outside, a sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike on Herman, left-handed batter.
And I think what's key for every pitcher, though, is to be able to pitch ahead, strike 1, strike 2, and to be able to have your secondary pitch, because early in the ball game, I think if you follow him, hey, he doesn't have his breaking ball, or he doesn't have his changeup, so he's kind of just a one-pitch pitcher.
Now the 1-1. He checks and took it outside. Ball 2. Once again, Shields came off speed, and Herman did not chase it, so now he's at 2-1. I thought Correa last night, and he didn't have his best stuff. He'll tell you that right away, yet he gave the Twins 6 innings and kept him in the game.
He battled.
2 runs.
It was a good effort. I thought he gave his team an opportunity to get in the game.
Checked his swing and took it low. He did not go. The appeal to third. Paul Mallard says he stayed back, so 3-1 now. 2-0 Royals. Twins have a chance, though. Morneau at third, Plouffe at first, only 1 out. The outfield of Gordon, Kane, Maxwell left to right. Infield, Moustakas, Escobar, Tejada, Hosmer. Around the infield, Perez catching Shields. He wants it away. Instead of check out Plouffe, who dives back in safely.
Well, that's another thing in the scouting report, is this guy pretty good move over at first base. There's an article in the Kansas City about Shields in his move, and he learned it at such a young age.
Now comes set for the 3-1 to Herman, and it's on the way. Swung on and lofted foul on the left side. That'll slice to the seats on the full now. 3-2.
He's got that way as he gets the sign from the catcher. He kind of dips down like Mike Mussina used to, and as he's coming up, he's using both his eyes. His shoulders are tilted or turned toward first base, so he gets a good look at that base runner's lead.
Full count on Herman, and the 3-2. He walked him, missed high, ball 4 at 83 miles an hour. So back-to-back walks, and they're loaded for the rookie Aaron Hicks.
Again, he goes to the changeup. He's showing that he's having a tough time with the command of that changeup. So, as a hitter, you don't have to sit on that pitch. You can go ahead and early in the count, I'm going to look for a fastball and look in a location. And if he throws anything else, I don't have to go after it.
Good discipline too early. That at bat from Herman, not chasing that changeup outside. So he coaxes the 1-out walk. He's at first. Plouffe to second. Morneau at third. Great crowd today for the final game of this series. Vocally behind Hicks here in the second. Switch hitting Hicks, batting left-handed, and the pitch is on the way. It's a strike call. Inside edge at 91 miles an hour, 0-1. His fastball will average at 92. He'll throw a cutter. I've seen plenty of the changeup. He'll mix in a curve as well. He's an ace. 6'3", 217. Shields, 31 years old. And now the 0-1, a changeup, strike 2 call. That one hit the outside edge. Quickly hits behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Now you've seen the fastball middle half in, and now the changeup away. Now you just have to kind of protect.
That's 1 for 7 in this series. His average at 195. Morneau at third, Plouffe at second, Herman at first, and now time called. Shields listed at 6'3", 217, holds the ball high, and the 0-2 down low. Off speed that time again. Hicks did not chase it, ball 1.
That's a slider, so Hicks has seen everything that Shields features right now, so should be dialed in on him.
Royals got 2 in the second. Twins trying to answer back in their half of the second. Bases loaded, only 1 out. With Clee Thomas on deck. 1-2 on Hicks. And here it comes, a swing and a fly ball, twisting foul down the left field side. Moustakas out, Gordon in at the warning track, and Gordon makes the catch and throws it back in, and the runners hold. Back-to-back Gold Glove winning left fielder Alex Gordon, a long run in from left field, caught that ball on the warning track in foul territory right near the sidewall, and as soon as he caught it, he fired it back in right away. On the fly to Perez at the plate. No chance for Morneau, so 2 down. It's up to Thomas.
Play of the game so far right there. If that ball lands foul, Hicks has another chance. I watched Shields on the monitor. He nodded his head, yes, that's the pitch I want. No, I don't want it there. And he came back with a pitch inside.
Curveball inside and low. Ball 1 on Thomas. In addition to that 3 for 17 number with runners in scoring position last night, the Twins also left 11 men on base. Those numbers huge when you lose by 1 run. The 1-0 to Thomas. Strike at the knees at 92 miles an hour. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Gordon, Danny, has made that transition from an infielder to an outfielder almost seamless, hasn't he?
Oh, he is a Gold Glove caliber. But he's so gifted he could have played anywhere.
And the 1-1. Strike 2. A tailing fastball at 93 hit the outside corner. So just like that, Thomas behind 1 and 2.
And Shields is starting to dial in a little bit, locating that fastball there. He ran it off the plate and got the call.
1 and 2, 2 down. Here it comes. A changeup misses outside. 2 and 2.
He tried to backdoor a little off-speed pitch right there and didn't get it.
Thomas batting 9th today, 2 for 9 in this series. And the 2-2, a swing, a fly ball, center field. Kane back. Track looks up at the wall and makes the play just shy of the 403 marker to the right of dead center field. Thomas gave it a ride, but Kane ran it down, and the inning is over. Twins don't score. They lead 3. After 2, it remains 2-0 Kansas City on your home for Twins baseball. This portion of Twins baseball is brought to you by your select Heartland Chevy dealers. See your local Chevy dealer or log on to ChevyDealOnline.com today. The Twins let a scoring chance go by the wayside again. Still down 2-0 through 2. Scott Diamond back to work in the 3rd. Here for the call once again, Danny Gladden.
Oh, thank you, Corey. Good afternoon, everybody. Just visited in the booth here with Rex Hudler. Does some TV radio for the Kansas City Royals. And boy, he was just bragging about Gordon and that play down the line as he leads off here. Hits it high in the air down the right field line in the corner. And this ball is going to be hit off the wall, and Herman going to misplay it. Gordon around second. Herman's finally going to track it down. It's going to be a triple for Alex Gordon. Herman got in the corner and just really kind of had no play, but stayed near the wall. And then as it caromed off, he had a tough time catching up to it as it caromed all the way back towards second base. So a leadoff triple to start the top of the 3rd inning. Well, you can work on it all you want, but you need to have some experience or get some game time out there to play it, because really there's kind of a couple different caroms. They've got the hard concrete wall the padded wall that's about 8 feet high. And here Hosmer bats. There's a line drive right center field. Herman over, and he'll track it down. Gordon will tag up. And he's going to score with the 3rd run for the Kansas City Royals.
See if Herman's okay.
Yeah,
Herman
he caught that a little bit.
He kind of lost his footing there as soon as he made the catch. He's walking around, head down. Doesn't seem to be limping noticeably right now, but
he's not jogging back to his position. He's walking the whole way. So see if he gets checked out when he comes in. Here's Billy Butler to bat. Takes it in there for a strike. Well, that didn't take long.
Thanks for stopping by, Rex. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Hud was just raving about Alex Gordon, and he leads off with a triple. And this one's fouled into the netting. Butler in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. He was kind of saying the same thing. We were talking about Alex Gordon, and he's turned himself into a Gold Glover left fielder, but also saw him at second base. I saw him at third base, and he's got the tools. And a fastball just inside. I just think he's a fun player to watch because he can do so many different things, not only offensively, but I've always appreciated good defensive play. 1-2 on the way. It's down and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And the Royals, Danny, had to make those calls by moving Gordon to a new spot, moving Butler to a new spot as Moustakas arrived at third and Hosmer made his debut a couple years back at first base.
Well, I just don't think long term they thought, okay, maybe we've got some other guys like you said with Moustakas. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, kicks away from Doma, and now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rather than spend the 2 or 3 years that it might take to get Gordon comfortable at third base, we've got Moustakas right around the corner, so let's go ahead and move him out to left field. And like I said, if that player is willing to give you the effort, which Gordon did, and there's a ground ball, Bernier gets a chance. He'll field it and retire Butler. Here's out number 2. And I think that's what you look for when you're asking a player to maybe change positions. And we've seen it over the years with the Minnesota Twins. Comes to mind is Michael Kadire. Drafted as a shortstop, third baseman, tried some second base. And Kadire was one of those guys with the eyes opened up wide. Yes. Come out every day, learn it, and then eventually went out to right field. As Salvador Perez lifts one to center field, routine as Hicks puts it away. But the Royals add 1 on 1 hit. 2.5 complete. New score here, Target Field, 3-0. Kansas City on your home for Twins baseball. Hey, August Shell brings us what's brewing in Twins territory. It's the 26th annual Shakopee Derby Days. It's happening this weekend featuring a soapbox derby, a turtle derby. Also, there'll be some fireworks and much more. Greenbelt Premium is the American and American lager. Grab a cold Greenbelt at the ballpark today. August Shell Brewery, New Ulm, Minnesota. Top of the order for the Twins. It'll be Brian Dozier riding a 7-game hitting streak. First action he has seen in this series shows bunt and pulls it back, and it's in there for a strike. Dozier kind of tweaked that knee in Seattle on that bunt base hit, but Seager made a nice play on him. Outside and low, 1 ball, 1 strike. But they're saying it's just a bone bruise, nothing structurally wrong with it. Pitch down and in, good eye by Dozier, now 2-1.
Yeah, the MRI came back clean.
Well, a bone bruise, they hurt. Used to get them, you slide into second base, maybe make contact.
Oh, Danny right there. Right there, Danny, right in the booth. And Danny had the glove ready, leaning over to the left, and there it was. And once again, Dozier. Don't we talk about Dozier all the time? He's got it down, knocking foul balls into our booth.
I just want to know why I'm being looked at when that ball came right over your head. This ball's hit to left field. It's going to get over the head of Gordon, and Dozier into second base with a double. So a leadoff double, the second leadoff base runner for the Twins in this ball game. Let me ask you, where did you go on that ball?
I brought myself and my microphone to the left, and I gave you the path to make the play. I would never steal your spotlight. The great left fielder you were.
This is a team.
I know.
Okay, and I feel like when I'm up here, I'm the only one playing.
You got the glove. You're ready to play. I'm holding a pen. You're holding a glove.
You bought your son a glove.
I did.
Okay.
Yes, that's his glove.
Who's going to break it in for him?
Uncle Danny.
No, he's not. Well, let's see if the Twins get this guy over and in. Bernier, a bunt down the third baseline. It's going to go foul. Good idea right there. That was an easy play.
Yeah, you're right.
Easy
for you. It was an easy play. It was just a simple lunge left, glove on, make the play.
Lunge left.
Yeah.
You had to lunge left to get out of the way.
Correct.
If you stay in your seat and you put your hands forward,
right,
you catch that ball.
Okay. But I heard you call me off. I heard you say, I got it. I got it. Okay.
Dozier at second, nobody out. Twins trailing 3-0. Slider outside and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yes. I should have had that.
Witness.
Oh. You know what? We're going to ask Greg Wong if that was an error because he's the official scorer. There's no errors in the booth. Here's a ground ball. Shortstop Escobar checks Dozier. He's going to make it to third, and Bernier will be out at first base. So Dozier taking a chance. And down 3-0. Good play there.
Well, Terry's on the phone. Terry Ryan's right next door. He's on the phone. So I wonder if he's calling to see if we need to make a change up here defensively from either you or me. I don't know.
You know what he's doing? He's calling. Who's the worst defensive team in baseball right now?
The White Sox.
He's calling the White Sox, seeing if they need a player right now because we got somebody that can't catch the ball. Well, Joe Mauer's going to bat. Infield's going to be back. Mauer tapped back to the pitcher. Shields his first time up. So the Twins have an opportunity to get on the board. And a breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Perez. You know what's bad about that play is did you see where it caromed off? Oh, no, you were hiding.
I was hiding.
That thing caromed off your bookshelf back here. And thank God I already had my kids too. You guys didn't see where that carom had hit me. Whoa.
You all right? You're a little red in the face. You okay?
I'm still a little flushed.
And you're wondering why I did not go after that ball.
And then you had an easy play on it. Here's Mauer to bat. And the 2-0 pitch is taken right down Broadway for a strike. Well, the Royals are going to concede the run. They're going to play back, and they've got a little bit of a shift on Mauer. Gordon near the line in left field. Shields behind, 2 balls and a strike. And a pitch runs a fastball outside, and now 3-1. We talk about hitters counts, 3 balls, 1 strike, and we were talking earlier about how well Mauer hits when he has 2 strikes on him. But here's a chance to kind of cheat that ball in the seats. There's a ground ball. Tejada backhands, comes up throwing, and a nice play by Miguel Tejada. But the Twins score a run here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They're on the board trailing 3-1. Tejada had a range to his right, made that backhand play, and then an off-balance throw. And it was on target with something on it. Well, he can still play. Here's Morney to bat. Doubled his last time up. Swings and lifts it foul. Right-handers Shields delivers a running fastball. That one at 90 outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. This ball's well stroked, right center field. Long run by Kane. He'll get to the wall, jump up, gone. A solo homer for Justin Morneau. And now the Twins trail by 1, 3-2. Well, Shields upset right now, pawing at the rubber out on the mound, but he's given up 14, now 15 home runs on the year. And here's Ryan Doumit. That ball was hit as far as it was high. Changeup outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Doumit.
What did we talk about during the pregame about a new month? Turn the page on a rough July, especially for Justin Morneau. 2 at bats today, Danny, a double and a home run.
Yeah, and I said just good quality at bats, and I think he's had 2 good ones. This one's pulled past Scotty Olger at first base. And now 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, this inning here, the leadoff double moved over to 3rd base by Bernier, and then a ground out by Mauer picked up the first run, and then a solo home run. Twins trail by 1. Changeup outside. Doumit flew out left field his first time up. Got a couple of hits in the ballgame last night. Also riding a 6-game hitting streak. There's a fastball, catches the outside corner. And that'll even it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shields steps off as he looked in to get the sign from Perez. And a 2-2 on the way. Lifted foul left side. They came to the ballpark here this morning. It was just a gorgeous day, and Kansas City took batting practice, but after the grounds crew, they were mowing the infield lawn, and boy, you could just smell that fresh grass. Went down to the dugout. Pitch down and in. Good at bat. Now 3 balls, 2 strikes. But it was just one of those days that it smelled like baseball. You had the leather, you smell the pine tar. And a payoff pitch pulled foul down the right field line. So Shields staying with that off-speed changeup. A lot of fans in early watching batting practice today, and a lot of shorts, tank tops. And there's the 3-2 in the dirt, and he walks some Shields, issuing his third walk of the day. And that'll get Trevor Plouffe to the plate. Trevor walked his last time up. 1 for 4, had an RBI last night. Trevor, though, 1 for his last 10. A little bit of a rough road trip, 4 for his last 30. And he delivers low and away, ball 1. Trevor's gone 47 games since his last home run. Last home run was at New York. Shields right back. Curveball lifted foul. Trevor tied with Josh Willingham with the team leading 10 home runs, 38 driven in on the year. Domit short lead, 1 ball 1 strike. On the outside corner, painted for a strike. (3-2) Kansas City. Twins 2 here in the bottom of the third. And a pitch inside, fouled off. Shields a little bit of trouble right now with that pitch count. He's at 58. James Shields riding a little bit of a winning streak. He's won his last 2 or 3 ball games. He shut out the Chicago White Sox, went 7 innings. Gave up 8 hits but no runs through 107 pitches. There's strike 3 looking. Boy, Plouffe right on the outside corner. Twins, though, add 2 runs here in the bottom of the third inning. We've completed 3. New score here at Target Field, 3-2 Kansas City. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Hey, Stephen Drew's really on target last night. Drew helped Boston regain first place in the American League East. Had an RBI single in the 15th inning. A game that began in July and ended August. 5-4 Red Sox over the Seattle Mariners. Who's on Target's brought to you by Target. Expect more and pay less. We'll step out 10 seconds. Allow our stations to identify themselves. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Well, center fielder will be Lorenzo Cain. He singled his first time up, came around and scored on an RBI single by Maxwell. First pitch from Diamond in the dirt, ball one. 3 runs, 4 hits for the Royals. They got 2 in the second, 1 in the third. Twins runs coming in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And right back. Off speed, high strike called, 1-1. Cain missed the first 2 ball games. A slight groin injury. Check swing on a ball down. They'll ask, and Dana Demus says no, he did not go around. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Gerard Dyson played the first 2 ball games in center field. He's on the bench here this afternoon. Down and in now, 3 balls and 1 strike. Cain 4 home runs, 38 driven in, 12 stolen bases, been caught 4 times. Lifts this one foul right side, big cut there. But Cain, he's kind of fit in well with this Kansas City ball club. Teammates like this guy. He's not shy about talking, has a good time around the batting cage. Good to have on a team. Pitch inside and a leadoff walk. First walk issued by Scott Diamond. And here's Miguel Tejada, reached on an error back in the 2nd inning, charged to Trevor Plouffe. And that loaded the bases up. It was a double play ball. Trevor's 8th error on the year. Cain can run. Pretty good lead at first base, and a pitch down and in, ball 1 to Tejada. Well, important inning for Diamond here, and that your team right back in it. That ground ball double play. Keep the pitch count in order a little bit. Diamond, he'll throw to first as Cain gets back standing up. Tejada's played all 3 ball games. Had an RBI, 1 for 4 last night. In the first ball game, he had an RBI. He had 2 hits in that game. And another throw over to first. Chris Getz was put on the disabled list, kind of a utility player, second baseman. He was thrown on the disabled list as Kansas City Royals traded for Justin Maxwell. And they had to find a spot for him, so they DL'd Getz. They're going to set up inside to Tejada, and here's the pitch pulled foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Tejada. The Royals don't score a lot of runs. They do steal a lot of bases. Got the fewest home runs in the American League. Just 69. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tejada bats, nobody out. Runner at first. There's a line drive, base hit center field. So Cain at second base, Tejada at first. A walk and a knock. And here comes Mike Moustakas to bat. Moustakas batted with the bases loaded, nobody out in the second. Had a sac fly RBI, his 25th. Moustakas has had a pretty good series. 2 hits last night. He had the big 2-homer night, 4 RBIs in the opener. Something on the ground. He's going to bunt, and he pops it up foul. Not sure how many times Moustakas has been asked to bunt, but got a real good effort there, and he popped it up over the dugout. He has no sacrifices so far this year. Bats here first and second, nobody out, and a little spin move by Diamond to second base, but no throw. Talk about the running game of the Kansas City Royals. Second in the American League, 81 stolen bases, and they like that double steal. Ball in the dirt, blocked nicely by Domit, keeps it in front of him, and now 1-1. This is a club that double steal, when they have first and second, that lead runner can run a little bit. They'll take off. And Bernier is trying to hold Kane near the bag, so there's a big hole on the left side. And the Twins have Trevor Plouffe playing in at third base. There's a high strike called. And now Trevor's going to move back. So Diamond ahead of Moustakas, 1 ball, 2 strikes, still nobody out. Good lead at second by Kane, not running. Tap foul, good cut by Moustakas. Good slider though by Diamond, and he stays alive. Well, with the hitting coach George Brett stepping down right after the All-Star break, Moustakas starting to pick up some tips from him. Ball in the dirt, nice block again by Domit. Now 2-2. I think George Brett, what he was trying to bring to these guys is the mental approach to the at bat. What's your mindset when you get in the batter's box? What's that? Trying to figure out what that pitcher is trying to do to you and what he has working. 2-2 on the way. Tapper off the foot of Moustakas. You know, I think you can look in the Twins dugout, and with Tom Bernansky, I think similar approach with these guys. Bruno in his first year as the hitting coach of the Twins, trying to, you know, get a feel for what these guys work on, where their hitting zones are at, and then work within that. 2-2 on the way. It lifted down the left field line, well foul. But also, I think most of these guys at the big league level have a pretty good foundation in being able to get in your batting stance, your stride, your swing balance, all that. But it's that mental approach. And to me, sometimes that could be the hardest thing to kind of get through some people. And a little spin move by Diamond, but Kane not really threatening to steal. Twins double play depth, see if they get something on the ground. Moustakas doesn't run all that well, and the 2-2. Little slow dribbler down the first base line. It's going to go foul. Morney picks it up, throws it out. So Moustakas continues to have a good at bat. Eight pitch at bat for Moustakas. Two balls, 2 strikes. Line drive, base hit right field. One hops Herman in right. He's going to come up throwing, and he's got to learn to hit that cutoff man. Runner Kane held up right away at third base. So Moustakas on the 9th pitch laces a single into right field. And here comes the new guy, Justin Maxwell. RBI single, his first time up in a Kansas City uniform. And Rick Anderson's going to come out and talk to Scott Diamond here. Of course, this trip to the mound is always presented by Quick Trip. No fee ATM from Quick Trip. Shouldn't have to pay for your own money. A couple of bodies moving around, but I think it's just Nate Dahman, the bullpen catcher, down there in the Twins, and maybe I see a jacket coming off, some arms moving around as the whole infield is huddled up with Scott Diamond on the mound. The Royals had the bases loaded, nobody out in the second. Came away with 2 runs. Here they have the bases loaded, nobody out in the top of the 4th. Justin Maxwell played in 40 ball games with the Houston Astros, traded yesterday to the Royals. Diamond delivers, lifted high in the air, shallow right center field. Dozier out, Herman in. It's going to be Herman, and he'll field and gets it back into the infield, and miss is the cutoff man. And this is not looking good for the Twins. He just shot putted it back into second base, and if Kane was alert at third base, because Bernier jumped up for it and it got over his head. Trevor Plouffe from third base ended up tracking that ball down.
And Trevor had a slide behind the mound on the grass once that ball got over Bernier's head. So luckily Kane did not read it, so he remains at third base.
Well, I know he's got limited games out there, but the first thing you're going to be told when you get out there, when you get the ball, make sure you hit the cutoff man. Pretty much heard that your whole career. Ground ball could be 2. Bernier's going to field it, go to Dozier, back to first. Not in time. Dang. Nice turn by Dozier at second base. Escobar just runs a little bit better than that throw. It was a slow roller. Then Escobar is going to pick up an RBI. And the inning's going to stay alive. And here's the dangerous Alex Gordon.
Close play at first. It looked like, though, on the replay that Escobar got his left foot on the bag, almost as Morneau caught the throw back from Dozier.
Well, Escobar's going so bad now, 0 for his last 14, now 0 for his last 15. Coming to the ballgame 0 for 13. When you're going bad, you better hustle down the line. As Gordon takes it on the outside corner, strike 1.
You always say that speed never goes into a slump.
Never should.
Never goes into a slump.
Never. Hustle, speed should never go in a slump. And the only thing that shouldn't go in a slump for very long is the defense. You know, I mean, you can clean it up. You're going to have a game here or there where you have a hiccup. 0-1 on the way, swung and miss. So Gordon in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. You've got Tejada at third base. You've got pretty good speed in Escobar at first base. Escobar, 12 stolen bases. He's failed to be caught so far this year. And you've got Gordon in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. See if they try that double steal. Diamond way ahead of Gordon, 0-2. And a pitch on the way. Ball in the dirt. Well, they had nobody out. Bases loaded. If we can get out of this with just 1 run, I think the Twins would be happy with that. Ahead 1-2, and there's a quick throw over to first base. And again, I think that's been the theme in this series between the Twins and the Kansas City Royals. Last night, Twins left 11 men on. Royals had 13 hits, only scoring 4 runs, and they left 7 on. Runner not going. Here's the pitch, popped up shallow left field. Thomas coming on as Bernier's out, but it's going to be Thomas, and he'll squeeze it. And the Twins are happy. They give up 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 2, 3.5 complete. New score 4-2 KC on your home for Twins baseball. Hey, now's the time to get your 2014 All-Star Game gear featuring the official logo. This apparel, it's available exclusively at the Twins Pro Shops and the Twins Majestic Clubhouse store located here at Target Field. Get all your All-Star gear, and don't forget to grab that official logo. Plastered out in right center field, unveiling on Tuesday night. Twins hosting the 2014 All-Star Game. Here's Chris Herman leading off. Takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Herman walked in his only at bat. A couple of home runs, 10 driven in on the year. Had an RBI in the ball game last night. Left-handed hitter playing right field. And Shields delivers. Slow curve pulled foul. And now Herman in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Shields giving up 2 runs, 3 hits. Twins have left 4 on. Right-hander Roxon delivers way outside. Oh, you look at Shields' record, 5-7 on the year. Making his 23rd start. His ERA pretty good. It's 10th in the league at 3.09. And a 1-2. And strike 3 looking. Change up. And that's the second strikeout for Shields. But you look at his Shields' innings pitched coming into the ballgame, 148 2/3. That ranks 4th. And then also he ranks 11th in strikeouts with 124. So he's a right-hander that we said he's going to give you some innings. I think if you're one of those bullpen guys, you can pretty much not even take your glove out in the bullpen. As a fastball catches the outside corner to Hicks, strike 1. You know, if you're that early guy or long guy out of the bullpen for the Kansas City Royals, pretty much a day off for you. No balls, 1 strike. Boy, Moustakas about 15 feet in front of the bag at third. Curveball in the dirt, 1-1. Just inviting Hicks to bunt the ball to him. Always felt anytime you get a third baseman that comes in like that, and in Hicks' case, you could play that little pepper game. Just try to get a little inside out, maybe get something away. You've got one defender you got to get the ball by, and that's your third baseman. Shields right now, he's asking Tejada to move. He kind of looked back and got Tejada's attention with his glove, want him to go to his left, and this ball's lifted to the right. Well, that's one thing they talk about Shields, and a la Jack Morris, and that he'll be on the mound, and what he wants to do with this pitch, he'll turn around, and he's not afraid to move his infielders. In that case, he moved Tejada. Ahead of Hicks, 1-2, 1 out. And a pitch on the way, swung on a miss, back-to-back strikeouts. Start the bottom of the 4th inning. That one's swinging. Third for Shields. He's retired the last 3 batters all on strikeouts.
That's about the 3rd or 4th different sign Shields saw from Perez. He shook him off a couple of times and then sent him a nod and threw the pitch he wanted and got the result he anticipated as well.
Cleat Thomas bats. Ball in the dirt, ball 1. You know, some teams, some guys like that, but I think when you come from the mold of James Shields, hey, let him do what he wants to do. If I'm a fielder out there and he wants to move me, execute your pitch. There's a little comebacker past Shields. Escobar's going to field a bare hand, but no chance to get Thomas at first base. Shields right now upset, both hands on his hips as he looks into the upper deck. Felt he should have had that ball. It was hit off the end of the bat, not hit hard. So Thomas gets an infield base hit. Here's Dozier to bat. Dozier with a double his last time up. Well, you talk to the pitchers, the toughest one, they can handle that quick one hopper right back to them, but when they take that big swing and it's off the end of the bat or you jam and you think it's hit a little bit harder, it's almost like they're hitting you a changeup. You jab at it and flinch at it. Slider outside, good eye by Dozier. Now, Dozier 9 home runs on the year. Like to see one in the seats here. Twins already have 1 home run, a solo shot by Morneau back in the 3rd inning. And right back. Outside and low. Now here's where you try to take advantage of maybe a mistake. 2 balls, no strikes. See if he gets something to hit here. Going to set up away. Thomas, good lead, not running. Outside now, 3 balls and no strikes. Dozier's had the green light in the past. Saw it last night. Hits with a 3-ball, no strike, green light. And Dozier takes it all the way. (4-2) Kansas City, bottom of the 4th. And Thomas, pretty good lead. There's a throw over. And a swipe tag by Hosmer, and Thomas gets back safely. Dozier should reach Bernier in the on-deck circle. 3-1 on the way. And he walks him. So the inning continues. 4th walk issued by Shields here this afternoon. Shields has not had a 1-2-3 inning since the 1st. He's going to have some of his teammates join him out on the mound. Perez, the catcher, Moustakas, the 3rd baseman, in. Shields' season high walks has been 5 this year. Did that against the St. Louis Cardinals. He went 6 innings to 107 pitches. Look at Shields' start, making his 23rd. He has only thrown less than 100 pitches twice, and one of them was 99 pitches. Outside and low. Shields thought he got the cornered. Twins need some 2-out thunder right here as Doug Bernier bats. Foul tipped in the glove of Perez. Good cut. Bernier, just this is his 7th game, first time here at Target Field. 0 for 2 this afternoon, trying to pick up a big hit. And strike 2 taken on the outside corner. Thomas, the runner at second base. Dozier at first. And Bernier bats. And again, they're setting up away. Here's the pitch, high and tight. This will be his 80th pitch. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Shields gets a sign. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Fastball right by him. So Shields picks up his 4th strikeout. Twins leave 2. 4 complete. 4-2 Kansas City. Chris Atterbury with our first scoreboard update on your home for Twins baseball.
Yeah, with that win, Chris, the Indians now have won 8 straight ball games. Indians have won 9 of 11 and 2 games back. The Tigers right now in the Central. Never too early to hear some Tommy Hamilton. Great call as always from Tommy. There it's a 4-2 Royals late in the 5th. Eric Hosmer leads off. Big inning here for Diamond. 5th inning, and also 2, 3, and 4 due up. Hosmer, Butler, and Perez. The Royals on top by 2, 4-2 KC. And the 1-0, a swing and a fly ball, playable center field. Kicks back about 2 steps, looks up to the blue skies, and makes the catch for out number 1. Before we move too far along, want to send along congratulations to the Westport, South Dakota area girls 14 and under softball team for winning the national title in North Mankato last weekend. Westport is about 135, or is a community of 135 people north of Aberdeen. I know Gardy and some others spent some time doing some hunting up there, but congratulations once again to the Westport, South Dakota area girls 14 and under softball team for winning the national title in North Mankato last weekend. Tuning in today in Aberdeen on KSDN 9:30 a.m. Strike called on Butler. 1 ball, 1 strike. Royals 4, Twins 2 in the 5th inning. Final game of this series, and the Royals after a sweep. Butler 0 for 2 today, and the 1-1 bang foul to the screen behind the plate. Now it's 1-2. Butler 1 for 10 in this series. He's been a tough out before this weekend against the Twins this year. Before the game on Tuesday, Butler was hitting over .480 off Twins pitching this year. 1-2 the count. Diamond rocks back, and here it comes. Pulled foul on the ground sharply, third base side. And we'll do it again, 1-2. This reminder, here's a steal of a deal for Fieldview seats for the upcoming game on Wednesday, September 25th, when the Tigers are in town. For that game, Wednesday, September 25th, Fieldview seats are only $8. The 1-2 is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. $8 for Fieldview seats, Wednesday, September 25th. Get your ticket right now by calling 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. Now Diamonds 2-2, line foul, second deck. Backed off the facing of the second deck right side. And we'll do it again, 2-2. The Indians have won 8 straight. The Royals have won their last 8, the longest winning streak for KC since beginning the 03 season with 9 straight wins. And the 2-2 is low and inside. Full count on Butler with Perez on deck. Twins won the division that year by winning 90 games. The Royals finished 3rd despite that strong start. KC was over 500, 83-79 back in 03. And the pitch swung on and popped up, foul down the right side. Herman Morneau over, but that ball's going to find the seats. To give you an idea how young this Royals team is, and comparing the winning streak now to what it was like back in 03 when they won 9 straight, guys like Perez were not even in high school, middle school. Jeremy Guthrie was pitching in the minor leagues. The 3-2 line to center, a bullet, going to fall for a base hit. As Hicks will scoop it up near his right ankle. And Butler has his second hit of the series. He's on 1 down. Now Perez 1 for 2 in the ball game today. Perez behind the plate for the 3rd straight game. He's only 23 years old, but the Royals have locked him up. Multi-year contract. It's from the right side. And the pitch from Diamond misses low and in, ball 1. The Royals have signed Perez, Escobar, and Gordon to multi-year deals. Some key unsigned players, at least from a position standpoint, most notably Hosmer at first, Moustakas at third, the 1-0 bounce foul. And they're going to have some decisions to make regarding this great staff. Irvin Santana will be a free agent at season's end. There is a club option on Shields for next season. Wade Davis is under control for a couple of more years. 1 ball, 1 strike on Perez, 4-2 Royals. And the pitch line to left, down the line, in the corner. That ball lands fair. Bouncing off the track and now pinballing in the corner. To third, Butler. He'll stop there as the throw comes in to Bernier. It's a double for Perez, and the Royals once again making noise. Second and third, only 1 out, leading by 2. And the batter is Lorenzo Cain. So Perez 2 hits today. Another guy like Butler has plagued the Twins pitchers all year long. Before this series began on Tuesday, Perez was hitting over .360. While Twins pitching this year, he doubles. Now the Twins have the infield about halfway for Cain. He's been on twice. He scored 2 times, a single, a walk. That's the last 3 days with a groin injury. Diamond from the stretch, and the pitch, a check swing, and he held back. Pitch was inside, ball 1. Anthony Swarzak was up in the 4th inning, and a jacket just came off in the Twins bullpen. We might see Swarzak get loose once again. And that's indeed the case. Swarzak back, warming up the right arm. Diamond 74 pitches in. Royals 4, Twins 2. Big spot right now. 2nd and 3rd, only one out. Diamond behind Kane, 1-0. Diamond holds the ball high near his chest. The high leg kick and the 1-0. Inside, ball 2. Hardy talking with Ryan Doumit. It looks like the Twins are going to walk Kane intentionally, and they will. Gardy told Doumit put him on. So Doumit extends the right arm. There will be a free pass to Kane. That will load the bases, set up a force all around. And Miguel Tejada due up. And there is ball 4. The intentional pass now complete. So Kane is on for the 3rd time in 5 innings. So the bases are loaded, 1 down. It will be Tejada batting, as Doumit will go out and chat with Diamond. Diamond in his career 1-2. That covered 3 prior starts against Kansas City. First time he has faced the Royals this year. Not won a start back in July. 5 starts, 0-2, had 3 no decisions. His last win came back on June 20th here against Chicago. Bases loaded, 1 down. Now Tejada. And the pitch, fastball missed outside, ball 1. The runners are Butler at 3rd, Perez at 2nd base, Kane at 1st, so a base hit by no means guarantees 2. With the catcher Perez at 2nd base. The Twins, though, thinking 2 right now. Infield back. Twins have turned 1 double play already today. And Diamond's 1-0. Check swing. They'll appeal to first. He did not go. A fastball away to 89 miles an hour, and Tejada held back. So now 2 balls and no strikes. Left-hander Moustakas on deck. 2-0 on Tejada. 1 for 2 today with a single. And the pitch, he takes a strike all the way. A fastball hit the outside edge at 88 miles an hour. Now it's 2-1. Diamond today has walked 2, struck out 1. And those walks, intentional moment ago to Kane. Tejada 4 for 10 in this series. Here comes the 2-1. A swing and a chopper over the mound near short. Bernier charges, feeds Dozier for 1. The relay will not be made, and a run scores. 5-2 Kansas City gave Tejada the fielder's choice and the RBI. Butler scores from 3rd. Perez to 3rd. Kane forced out at 2nd base. And with that, the Royals add a run. Now 5-2 Kansas City. A slow chopper that bounced over Diamond's head. Bernier came in charging from short. Spun his body back. Underhand toss to Dozier at 2nd base. The only play he had. And Dozier kind of faked that throw to first, hoping that the runner at 3rd, in this case Perez, maybe would be deep by that. But he never drifted too far from 3rd, so Dozier just kept the ball in his hand. So 5-2 Royals. Here is Moustakas as Butler scores on the play. 5-2 Royals, and the pitch hits the outside edge for a strike call, 0-1. Tejada now 3 RBIs in this series. Making his 6th consecutive start at 2nd base. Tejada 39 years old. Now Diamond's 0-1 on the way, swung on and popped up foul. And reached the seats behind the plate. 0-2 on Moustakas. Moustakas today 1 for 1, sac fly RBI in the 2nd. His only official at bat came in the 4th. He singled to right. Perez at third, Tejada at first, 2 down, 0-2 on Moustakas. And here's the pitch, a swing, a bouncing ball to the right side. Dozier gloves, the second baseman throws to first to end the inning. But the Royals had a run on 2 hits, they lead 2 more. Halfway home, our new score reads Royals 5, Twins 2 on your home for Twins baseball. Here's who's getting ready down at the farm, brought to you by KCA AT. Last night, Daniel Ortiz led AA New Britain to a 4-1 victory over Akron, thanks to a 3-run homer. Ortiz now has 6 RBIs in his last 2 games. KCA AT be ready with the proven leader. Speaking of New Britain, saw this story this morning that Yasmiel Pinto has been promoted from New Britain to AAA Rochester. Will take the spot vacated by Drew Butera. So Yasmiel Pinto now up to AAA. 5-2 Royals. Joe Mauer begins the home 5th. James Shields 80 pitches in. And he deals outside, ball 1. Mauer today 0 for 2, picked up an RBI back in the 3rd, his 36th of the year. Scoring the Twins' very first run. Morneau on deck. And the 1-0. There's a strike call, a changeup. Shields, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Stock is playing well off the line over 3rd, just giving Mauer that 3rd and left field line. Over Kane is shading Mauer to the alley in left center. Now the 1-1 outside corner, strike 2. Fastball at 90 miles an hour from Shields. Shields today has walked 4. He struck out 4. Given up 2 runs on 4 hits. And a 1-2 in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. His season high, at least as far as walks go, is 5. Twins left. The bases loaded back in the 2nd. Man on in the 3rd. 2 more in the 4th. And trail by 3 here in the 5th inning. Perez sending sign. Shields from the windup and deals 2-2. A liner up the middle and through. Base hit center field. Past the left arm of Escobar. That's Mauer's 5th hit of the series. And with that, Mauer's hit safely now in 12 of his last 13 games. He is 1 for 3. Nobody out for Morneau. Great day so far offensively for Morneau. 2 at-bats, a double, a home run. His home run, a solo blast in the 3rd, just to the right of dead center of the 403 marker. And the pitch, curveball, swing and a miss, 0-1. Hasn't spun too many breaking balls in today as Shields. That was a good one. At 74 miles an hour, 0-1. Two hits. Morneau now 13 for 34. 3 home runs lifetime off Shields. And the 0-1 misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. As we'll see the Royals on the upcoming road trip. 3-game series from Kauffman Stadium commences on Monday night. Off day Thursday in Chicago, then 4 with the White Sox. The 1-1 is inside. Doubleheader on Friday in Chicago. And Danny's still upset about that Dozier foul ball, so he's not going to go on the upcoming road trip. He'll take some time and reflect. And the 2-1 change up outside, ball 3.
You know, while you guys are there, I'm going to stay here and have somebody throw some balls up here into the booth. I'm going to practice.
3-1 on Morneau. 5-2 Royals here in the 5th. Mauer at first, nobody out. Domet on deck. The leg kick and the 3-1, a swing and a pop-up foul. Third base side near the dugout. Moustakas over track, railing, reaching, cannot get it. The ball lands in the camera pit and skips about 7 rows back. Full count to Morneau, 3-2. I don't want that play to ruin your night. Beautiful night. Great weather.
Take more than that.
Okay, good.
It's just a game. I know how to separate it when I leave here. I know how to leave the game here at the ballpark.
The 3-2 line foul. Second deck, third base side.
But you keep jabbing me like that, I'll tell you what.
Trainer.
We got a medical kit up here. That or I'll pull some of the Band-Aids off Kyle. Put them on you.
Yeah. Kyle's had multiple Band-Aids displayed this year. Game 105 today. The 3-2, a swing and a drive, hit well to left, but Gordon moving to his right near the line makes the catch. And Morneau retired, 1 out. Mauer back to first. 5-2 Royals here in the 5th.
Yeah, Kyle, I heard Kyle was looking into workman's comp at one point.
One down for Domet. He's walked and fly to left himself. Twins stay home. The Astros in town for 3 this weekend. First time Houston will be here at Target Field. These two teams last met in 2009 at the Metrodome. And Domet swings and misses on a changeup 0-1. Houston has a night game tonight in Baltimore. And the Astros have not yet named their rotation. I see Bud Norris. He was traded to the Orioles. In fact, Bud Norris is starting tonight against his former team. 0-1 on Domet. 5-2 Royals. And the pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. It was last year, I believe, Francisco Liriano made his first start with the White Sox against the Twins here. Just a few days after that trade was made between the Twins and White Sox. The season he's having, by the way. Liriano, Pirates. Now the 1-1, a swing and a fly ball, left field. Gordon back. Just down the warning track, has room and puts it away above his left shoulder for out number 2. Domet launching one to left, but Gordon has room. 2 down. Mauer at first. 5-2 Royals. Here's Plouffe.
Now, Liriano is part of the success of the Pirates are having this year. They are, what I like they've done, they lost their closer in Grilli, and they just kind of, I think it's Melanson now is going to be their closer for now. They're saying Jason Grilli does not need surgery. He's just going to get some rest, but it's, you know, they haven't missed a beat. And to me, that shows got a pretty good ball club and that guys can fill in like that.
2 down for Plouffe, and the pitch, a check swing, and he held back. Ball 1. Pirates lead the Cardinals by 2.5 games in the Central, and still one more game to be played tonight in that series. From PNC Park, Charlie Morton on the mound for Pittsburgh. And the 1-0. That's a belt-high strike on Plouffe. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Twins' third baseman. 5-2 Kansas City here in the 5th inning. Already complete in Cleveland. Indians beat the White Sox 6-1. A 1-1 bang foul. Masterson over Sale.
Boy, Masterson's playing well, isn't he?
He's pitching like the guy the Indians were hoping they were getting when they traded away Victor Martinez to the Red Sox a few years back, and Masterson came in that deal. He's been pitching like an ace. And the 1-2 missed outside. 2-2. Masterson was an all-star. Did not pitch in the game, though. Jim Leyland told him the day before the game that you're going to be my guy if the game goes to extra innings. I'm going to need you to go about 3. Indians win again. Now just 2 back. The 2-2, ball 3 outside. So 2 outs, traveling time for Mauer at first. Twins down by 3. If Plouffe can get on, Chris Herman would represent the tying run. Plouffe has walked and struck out. Hosmer now playing behind Mauer. There's a big lead off the bag. He goes, and the 3-2, a swing and a fly ball left center field. Hit well. Kane back at the wall, leaps up, and Kane pulls it down. Lorenzo Kane takes a home run away from Trevor Plouffe as he climbs the fence right outside the visiting bullpen here at Target Field and takes one away from Plouffe. Lorenzo Kane, his first game back in 3 days, showing no rust at all. That clearly would have been a home run, but Kane goes over the wall and pulls it back, and the Twins do not score. 5th inning is over. No runs, a hit. They leave 1. Great play by Kane with that. Through 5, still 5-2 Kansas City. Danny's back for the 6th of the moment on your home for Twins baseball.
Hey fans, Caribou Coffee wants to provide you with a little extra savings, a little fun this season. Text Twins to 65017. You can sign up. Caribou Coffee, it is the official coffee of the Minnesota Twins. Right fielder Justin Maxwell leads off, and a pitch from Diamond outside. Boy, Kane, when he came off the field, his whole team was in front of the dugout greeting him. That's a game-saving catch right there. And a tapper foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. What I liked about Kane is he can cover some ground and no fear of the wall. The reason he didn't play the first couple games here is he collided with the wall. It kind of jammed his groin, but right there took his eyes off the ball. As soon as he got to the warning track, looked at the wall and then kind of realized I got about 3 more steps, timed his leap perfectly, and reached up over the fence and brought that ball back. Diamond's 2-1 pitch. Check swing, a pitch down and away, and now 3-1.
Yeah, it's worth repeating that Kane was not originally in the Royals lineup today. It's going to be Maxwell in center, David Lowe in right, but Kane had one more morning workout, came through that fine, and convinced Ned Yost I'm good to go, and made a key defensive play.
3-1 is taken, and it's up and away, and a leadoff walk. And that is 3rd walk issued by Diamond, and that's not going to sit well with Gardy. 3 walks, 1 intentionally. But again, another base runner. They've had base runners on every inning other than the top of the 1st inning. And here's Escobar to bat. RBI ground out his last time up. Escobar might be a bunt situation here. And again, Swarzak starts to lather up into the Twins bullpen. Maxwell, 4 stolen bases, 5 tries with the Astros. Swung on a miss. Escobar tardy on a fastball. You talk about as an outfielder, you go to these spacious ballparks, and it's fun to play defense in those parks because you have so much acreage to cover. And to me, this is one of the bigger ballparks. Quick throw to first. Maxwell dives back, but also Tiger Stadium, huge ballpark there. And we've always, felt that if you go 0 for 4, let me go ahead and make some plays defensively. I can help my club out with my leather. And this one's tapped foul. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Now you transfer that into the radio booth. You get a foul ball up here and you don't make the catch. Hopefully you have a good broadcast and not worry about that.
It's a great analogy.
You know what else is bothering me is the fact that I gave that ball away. I flipped it down there. And usually, I keep the ones I catch, but the key word there is catch. There's a line drive on an 0-2 base hit. Gonna 2-hop to Cleet Thomas in left field. So a walk and a knock. And that's going to be it. Gardy is forced to go to the right-hander Swarzak, even though you've got a left-hander in Gordon coming up to bat. So Gardy with a slow walk out to the mound. So this pitching change is brought to you by Summit Brewing. It's inviting you to throw your pint glass a curve with an epic hop flavor of Saga IPA. It's now available in 12 packs. Learn more at summitbrewing.com. Summit, a more meaningful brew. We're going to have a scoreboard update with Chris Atterbury on your home for Twins baseball. It's going to be right-hander Anthony Swarzak on for the Minnesota Twins. Diamond's going to go 5+, 9 hits. He's given up 5 runs so far. He walked 3-1 intentionally and only had 1 strikeout. And that strikeout, that came back in the first inning when Diamond had his only 1-2-3 inning. So Diamond making his 20th start. 13 starts, he's failed to get through 6 innings. 13 times. So I think Gardy and Rick Anderson wanted to give him an opportunity to get back out there. Leadoff walk to Maxwell, and Escobar on a no-ball 2-strike count gave up a base hit, so they'll hand the ball to Anthony Swarzak. Swarzak pitched 2 of the 4 games against the Seattle Mariners. Last time out went 2 innings, gave up a hit, 1 run. First and second, Gordon bats. Nobody out. First pitch outside, low ball 1. Swarzak 1-2 on the year. 32nd appearance from the stretch. Pulled well down the right field line, and this ball is hooking foul. Wasn't foul by much, and that was a laser. Gordon so far had that triple leading off the 3rd inning, came around and scored on a sac fly. That was the 3rd run for the Kansas City Royals. They added 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Threatening again here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 ball and a strike. He checked the runner in the pitch. Hit into center field, slicing away from Hicks. He'll track that one down as Maxwell scampers back to second. So there's out number 1. And Eric Hosmer bats. Doman out to talk to Swarzak, and we'll step out 10 seconds. Allow our stations to identify themselves. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Hosmer, big left-handed first baseman, bats. And Swarzak delivers a little tapper right back to Swarzy. He'll go to Bernier at short, back to first, not in time. Might have been a slight bobble by Swarzak, but really nothing much. When he went into his glove to get it, he wanted to make sure he had a good grip on it. So Hosmer at first base. Maxwell advances to third. Here's the dangerous Billy Butler.
Nice job there by Bernier, hanging in there with Escobar, his speed, bearing down at second base. On target throw, as Hosmer beat it barely at first.
He stayed behind the bag on the left field side, kind of used that for protection. Swarzak to Butler, hit the right field, slicing away from Herman near the line, and he's going to run out of room. You know, those are the things that are taught as you're an infielder, to use that bag for protection. By staying behind the bag, the base runner, in this case Escobar, you know, you slide and you hit that bag and you come to a quick stop. No balls, 1 strike, first and third. Hosmer, pretty good lead. Curveball taken for a strike. Butler. I think Butler got distracted by Hosmer as he kind of danced off first base like he was going to run. Swarzak's 0-2 pitch. Outside and low. Delayed steal. Throw down to second. He's going to get there. Nobody was covering second base. Domit came out. He kind of double clutched and waited for somebody to get to second base. Neither Dozier nor Bernier were covering, and it's going to go as a stolen base, a delayed steal. Well, you don't see that too often. And Butler has a chance now. Drive in a couple. 1 and 2. There's a base hit right field. One will score. They're waving Hosmer in. High throw off the mark. And Hosmer scores easily. And now it's 7-2 Kansas City. So a base hit after the delayed steal.
That's twice, Danny, in 2 days where Eric Hosmer has used his legs after getting on base to produce a run. And last night in that decisive 7th inning after he reached on the error, it allowed Gordon to score to give the Royals their 3rd run. Hosmer was on at first, then stole second base, and then came in on Butler's base hit. He's not a guy you immediately think of as the fastest guy on this team, but he's very careful and he makes smart decisions when he runs.
That goes to show you don't have to be the fastest guy to steal some bases. That's his 9th stolen base the other night. Everybody was kind of napping on him. As Perez takes it on the outside corner, strike 1. No, Butler won't run. Swung on and missed. Bat ends up down at third base. And now no balls and 2 strikes. And Chris Herman again, 3rd time today, has missed the cutoff man. And I mentioned maybe when he comes off the field, you mentioned something to him and maybe nothing was addressed, or it was told to him to, hey, make sure you hit the cutoff man. And it's one of those things where, do you understand what I'm teaching you? And the retention part, are you going to remember it? Well, sloppy play. And nobody covering second base on that delayed steal. And a ball in the dirt, blocked by Doman. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Danny, let me ask you, on that delayed steal, how do you determine who's in charge of covering second in that spot? Dozier or Bernier? What stipulates which defender is supposed to cover?
Well, that's already decided prior to the pitch. You'll see the infielders kind of hide their mouth. They'll open their mouth for you, keep it closed for me. So Bernier, the shortstop, will look at Dozier and he'll open his mouth. That means you cover. If he keeps his mouth closed and he says, that's me, I'm going to cover. So that's predetermined, and they'll relay those signs almost after every pitch. We look out right now, you'll see that Bernier should relay something to Dozier. If not, it's already, as he's doing it right now, and Dozier's going to relay it back. Pitch fastball inside and tight. So that sign was already put on. It's just that nobody was there. So that's not going to show up in the box score as an error, but it's a mental error, and I think we've seen a few of those on the field today. Swung on a miss. Good slider by Swarzak. Strikes out Perez. They'll pick up 2 runs here in the top of the 6th inning. That now leads 7-2. Twins coming to bat. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Hey, come on out to the ballpark tomorrow, every Friday this season, for the Metro Transit Go to Friday at Target Field, purchase a U.S. Bank Home Run Porch View ticket. You're going to receive a $7 bonus on a $20 Metro Transit Go-To card. Just visit twinsbaseball.com for more information. Here's a right fielder, Chris Herman, to lead off. Twins trail 7-2. Shields out there, delivers a fastball that's in there for a strike. Shields at 102 pitches. Ned Yost going to try to milk one more inning out of Shields. See if the Twins get into that bullpen. Slow curve up and away, 1-1. Herman a walk and a strikeout. Shields 1-1 pitch. Change up outside. Shields been pitching out of the stretch a lot today. Fastball for a strike on the outside corner, evens it up. Diamond had a 1-2 top of the first. Shields had a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. And then after that, base runners. 2-2 on the way. Foul back. Well, Perez might have taken that off the catcher's mask. He's going to get some time as home plate umpire Doug Eddings out in front. Moustakis will come over to the mound, talk to Shields. Right-handers 2-2 on the way. A little slow roller up the middle. Escobar is going to field it. Hurries to get Herman out at first base. Here's Aaron Hicks to bat, 0 for 2. Hicks now just 7 for his last 33. Batting average now 194. Hicks, though, still all over that leaderboard for Rookie of the Year. Other than his average, everything else looks pretty good in runs scored, hits, homers, RBIs, stolen bases. Line drive, center field. Kane comes in about 2 steps and puts it away. So Hicks flies out, hit it well. And with 2 down, here comes Clete Thomas. Had an infield base hit his last time up. Shields leads his staff with 23 starts. Said he'd come off his 7-inning no-run performance against Chicago. They ended up winning that ball game 5-1. Outside and low to Thomas. And a 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Corey talking about turning the calendar the 1st of August now. Morney starting off hot, but also they got some numbers on James Shields. 21-11 in the month of August. That's pretty impressive. 3 ERA. It's the first 2 outs and then falls behind Thomas. 3 balls, no strikes. Dozier in the on deck circle. Taken, it's a 4-pitch walk. It's the 5th walk issued. Ned Yost going to pop out of the dugout. And that's going to tie a season high. And Shields, once he knows he's done here, they've got somebody in the bullpen warming up. Yost on the mound. He is talking, and he is not going to take Shields out. So he kind of went out to the mound, looked at Perez, said something to Perez, looked at Shields. They all nodded their head okay. So Dozier will bat. Thomas at first base, 2 down. You know, that's one of those conversations right there between the manager. Usually pitching coach, in this case Dave Island, would come out, but Yost says, nope, I'm going to handle this one. He's at 112 pitches. And a fastball taken for a strike, and then maybe that was it. Get ahead, throw the fastball. You were up by 5 runs. And Shields a throw over to first base. Bottom of the 6th here at Target Field, 7-2 Kansas City. And another throw over to first, dive back by Thomas. Dozier 0-1 pitch, curveball taken, good one. And he's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. That's a pitch we haven't seen too much from James Shields here this afternoon. That big slow curveball. Throwing the fastball changeup. Ahead 0-2. Thomas not running. Curveball hit to right field. Maxwell over and reaches up, puts it away. Twins leave 1 here. We've completed 6. The Royals up 7-2 on your home for Twins baseball. It's the Minnesota State Lottery. It's the 7th inning power stretch. 833 Twins at 0, followed by the pound sign. 7th caller. Going to win 4 game tickets in the Powerball Pavilion seats. Must be 18 years of age to play Powerball. Lorenzo Cain leads off. He's having a fine afternoon. He's reached base every time. Swarzak delivers a good fastball down and in. Strike 1. A single scored in the 2nd. Walk scored in the 4th, intentionally walked in the 5th. Ground ball, Plouffe at 3rd, fields it cleanly. And a throw across the diamond to retire Cain, out number 1. Cain this year against the Minnesota Twins. Defensive play of the day so far. Jumped over the fence, robbed Trevor Plouffe of a 2-run homer as Tejada bats. Takes it for a strike. Tejada RBI, ground out. A couple RBIs in this series. There's a ground ball. Bernier at short fields it. On target throw to retire Tejada. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th inning. 2 ground ball outs. There's Mike Moustakas to bat, RBI. He's 1 for 2 this afternoon. Moustakas having a pretty good series. 4 RBIs in the first ball game with a couple of home runs. His second 2-homer game of his career. The Royals have activity in their bullpen. Right-hander. Strike call. It's like right-hander Luke Hochevar. This one's lifted foul over the dugout of the Kansas City Royals. So Moustakas quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Swarzak's 0-2 pitch. They're going to come inside, and it's pulled foul. Up to the off-speed pitch. Moustakas last year really established himself as that everyday player. Hit 20 home runs. First third baseman for the Royals to hit 20 or more home runs since Dean Palmer. Palmer had 26. This ball's lifted to center field. It fairly well. Hicks, though, will drift over. And nonchalance it puts it away. Second 1-2-3 inning for the Twins pitchers here this afternoon. Swarzak, nice inning. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Twins trail 7-2 on your home for Twins baseball. The 7th-inning stretch was brought to you by KLN Family Brands. Makers of Barrel of Fun Snacks, Rachel's Kettle Chips, Wally Wallaby Licorice. They're the official snacks of the Minnesota Twins. From our family to yours, KLN Family Brands. That's it for James Shields. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. He did walk 5 and had 4 strikeouts. Shields threw 116 pitches. He'll give way to the big tall right-hander Luke Hochevar. Got him listed at 6'5", 225. Hard throwing right-hander. 4 years in the big leagues. Selected, he was a number one back in 2006. Delegated to the bullpen. And a right-hander delivers outside and low. Doug Bernier leads off 0 for 3 this afternoon. Hochevar on the year, he's 3-1. Nice 1.76 ERA, his 35th appearance. And right back, foul back into the netting, 1-1. Hochevar pitched in the 9th inning here Tuesday. Gave up just an infield single and a walk. Kansas City won that ball game 7-2. 1 ball, 1 strike. On a corner for a strike, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Hochevar last year with Kansas City was in the rotation, had 32 starts, went 8-16 with a 5.73 ERA. The year before that, he was 11-11. And a pitch fouled back. You know, here's a guy that was drafted in 2006. Number one. He only played in 4 ball games. A ball, and then the next year went from Wichita, Omaha, and into the big leagues. Had 1 start in the big leagues in 07, so fast track to the big leagues. Pitch on the way, swung on a miss, chased a slider down and away. So Hochevar picks up a strikeout. He's never thrown 200 innings, and he's in 09 he had 25 starts, went 7-13. 010, 17 starts, went 6-6. And in 2011 he had 31 starts. Thought he turned the corner going 11-11. And then last year just kind of imploded 11-16. Didn't want to give up on him. He's got a fantastic arm. Mauer bats up and away, ball 1. When you talk to people around the Royals, Hochevar would still like to be a starter. Right now, just kind of a bullpen guy, and I think once he masters this, there's a ground ball. Dive stop by Tejada from his backside, throws in time. Boy, defense from the Kansas City Royals here this afternoon. Look at Tejada. He takes his cap off and he tips it to his teammates in the dugout. The guy can still play. This is the 5th game in a row that Tejada has played at second base. And he's taking time out right now. He's watching the big screen as they show the replay. And here's Morning to bat, bases empty, 2 down. Big curveball, went around on it, strike 1. Well, that's the play right there. As you cross first base, you yell at Tejada, you should retire. Tejada, I think, is listed at 38 years of age. Hochevar's 0-1 pitch. Down and in the dirt, 1-1.
Was out of Major League Baseball last year. Non-roster invitee and won a job.
You know, he's one of those guys that goes back and they'll play in their native country and played some winter ball and still had the love for the game. Big curveball just outside, 2-1. Yeah, but Tejada was also caught up, I think, in years past with that PED rumors, and his name had been mentioned. But to me, he's so valuable to a young club. Tap foul at home plate, good cut by Morny, and now 2-2.
He played for his native country in the World Baseball Classic, the championship team, Dominican Republic, back in March.
I think that helped him out making this ball club, because when he came back, and a lot of people feel that the Latin players feel that that World Baseball Classic is their true World Series. So a lot of times they come here and it's kind of a little bit of a letdown as they go back to spring training and the season starts. Swung on a miss. Morny chased it up and away. Fastball at 95. Hochevar comes on, 3 up, 3 down with a couple of punch outs. 7 complete, 7-2 Kansas City. Corey Probus will be back. He'll take you the rest of the way. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
Welcome back to the Treasure Island Baseball Network. Add a little play to your stay at Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Visit TICasino.com for hotel deals and to reserve your room today. 8th inning from Target Field. Corey and Danny back with you. We thank you for spending a portion of your afternoon with us here on the Treasure Island Baseball Network. Royals 7, Twins 2. Swarzak still pitching. Maxwell leads off. And the pitch is over for a strike called 0-1. Swarzak's been on since the 6th inning. Diamond began that inning, allowed the first two KC batters to reach, and Swarzak's been in ever since as he misses inside a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Diamond today went 5+, 7 runs, 6 earned. 9 hits, he walked 3. 1 was intentional, he struck out a batter. 1-1 dips outside, ball 2. He's on the hook right now for the Twins, and this is James Shields' game to win. A guy that for the most part this year has not received too much run support, but that's not the problem today. And the 2-1 bouncing ball to short. Bernier glides to his right. He gloves, he sets, he throws, and Maxwell is on number 1. Well, Maxwell's a guy that can play all 3 outfield spots. He's in right field today. He plays some center, played some left last year with Houston. Option in the outfield for Ned Yost here in August, as the Royals believe they're still a contending team, and why not? On the cusp of winning their 9th straight game, and certainly in play right now for that second wild card. 1 down. Escobar bats and takes low, ball 1. I think the Indians would be the second wild card if the season ended today. The Indians would qualify. Royals just a few games back. Ball and no strikes, and Escobar. And the pitch, bouncing ball to Dozier on the right side. The second baseman, left knee on the dirt, rises and throws out Escobar. 2 down. 7-2 Kansas City. Take a look back at this day in some Twins history now. It was on this day back in 1986. Our good buddy, Hall of Famer Burt Blyleven became the 3rd pitcher to join the 3,000 strikeout club, fanning Mike Davis in the 5th inning. He finished that game with 15 strikeouts, which tied, at the time, the Twins' single season record, which was eventually broken years later by Johan Santana, who fanned 17 and started against the Rangers on August 18, 2007. It was on this day, Burt Blyleven reached the 3,000 strikeout plateau back in '86. He's swinging a pop-up, twisting foul left side, no play for Plouffe. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gordon. 7-2 Royals in the 8th inning. Interesting to note in that same ball game, Kirby Puckett hit for the cycle. Tripled his first at bat, doubled in his 3rd, singled in his 4th, and homered in his 5th. At the time, the 7th cycle in Twins history. Was now 10. And the 1-1 poke foul. The last one coming from Michael Kadire. Years back at the Dome against Milwaukee. Ball and 2 strikes on Gordon. 7-2 Royals here in the 8th inning. Gordon 1 for 4 today. He's tripled and scored a run. And Swarzak's 1-2 line to left, a base hit. Right between Bernier and Plouffe. And Gordon has a 2-hit game. And the Royals pick up their 11th hit. All 3 days the Royals have hit in double figures in that column. At least 10 hits in all 3 games. So 2 down, Royals by 5, 8th inning. And now Hosmer bats. Officially he's hitless, but he's had really a productive day offensively. He's reached base once. He's knocked in a run though. Stolen a base, ball in the dirt, kicking away from Domit, but no advance from Gordon. And Hosmer 0 for 3, but still has been productive with the sac fly RBI in the 3rd. A fielder's choice, he reached out in the 6th, stole second base, and came in on Butler's 2-run single back in the 6th inning. ball and no strikes in Hosmer. And the pitch, fastball knee high, strike called at 90 miles an hour. It's another game in progress in the National League in Miami. The Marlins lead the Mets 3-0. That game is in the 9th inning. Everything else tonight. Hosmer bounces one to the right side. Again, Dozier. And the second baseman makes the play to end the inning. Royals don't score, they leave one. 7.5 complete now. Still 7-2 Royals on your home for Twins baseball. Looking ahead now with U.S. Bank. Twins welcome the Astros here tomorrow for a 3-game weekend series. It'll be Samuel Deduno on the mound. The Astros have not yet officially named their starter. As Ryan Doumit swings and misses 0-1. Royals 7, Twins 2. We have reached the home half of the 8th inning. Join Chris Atterbury for the Menards pregame at 6:40. First pitch follows at 7:10. Now the 0-1 down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And they're looking ahead at buying a house, college, or retirement. Think U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank, all of us serving you. (7-2) Kansas City. Doumit, Plouffe, Herman due up. Still Hochevar pitching. And now the 1-1. Swinging a foul at the plate. 1-2. Doumit 0 for 2 with a walk today. 3 for 10 in this series. Hochevar off the first base side. Holds the ball near his belt. And deals 1 too high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You know, barring a rally today, not only would the Royals sweep the series. First time KC would sweep the Twins in this city since 1998. And the 2-2 is outside ball 3. But also, if the Royals do hang on and prevail today, that would clinch the season series. And it's been a long time since the Twins have dropped a season series to Kansas City. You have to go back to 2003. Now the 3-2. He walked him. Missed outside. Ball 4. Fastball away at 94 miles an hour. And Doumit walks for the second time. Leadoff man is on. Twins down by 5. 7-2 Royals. And here's Plouffe. In recent years, this series has been heavily one-sided. The Twins have had their way with the Royals the last several years, but not this year. KC winners of 9 of 12 in this series, entering this one today. As Plouffe swings and pops it up foul, it'll reach the seats off to our right. 0-1 on Plouffe. Last year, the Twins took 11 of 18. A couple years back, 10 of 18. 2010, the Twins won 13 of 18. Perez sets up inside, and Hochevar's 0-1 is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh Renicky is now up in the Twins bullpen. The Royals pen for now is quiet. Twins have used Diamond and Swarzak. Let's see, Renicky worked the 9th inning. Gilman at first, nobody out, and the 1-1. A slider, strike 2 call, outside edge. Don't forget, fireworks show after the game here tomorrow night. Entertaining long haul Bombers softball team will be on display pregame as well. Righty against righty. Here's Hochevar's 1-2. A swing, a bouncing ball to the right side, might be 2. Tejada flips second one. The relay from Escobar's in time. And that's a double play. Goes 4-6-3. The 88th double play turned by the Royals this year. And with that 2 down, base is empty. 7-2 Kansas City. And here's Chris Herman. And so fireworks show after the game tomorrow night. Long haul Bombers. Come on. Entertaining show before the game during pregame. Then Saturday, the Dairy Queen hat giveaway day. So come on out. As Herman bats and stares at a strike called 0-1. As I mentioned last night, heavy negotiations underway about a sing and dance night. Really a sing and dance day for Danny on Sunday in the finale. And the 0-1, Herman checks, strike 2 call.
Looking forward to that.
These are serious negotiations underway. Top secret stuff. Royals by 5 in the 8th. 0-2 on Herman. 0 for 2 today, and the pitch is off speed and low, ball 1. The crowd today announced at 35,448. A lot of kids in the ballpark today, a camp day. And the 1-2, a swing and a fly ball, playable back at third. Moustakas out right near the left field line. He'll call off Escobar and makes the catch, and Hochevar works. A scoreless 8th inning. Twins lead none through 8, 7-2 Kansas City. From Target Field, this is Twins Baseball. MLB.TV celebrates 11 years. Catch all of the second half action in beautiful HD quality. Watch every out-of-market game live on over 350 mobile and connected devices. Home territory blackout restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere. Ninth inning, Royals lead 7-2. Josh Renicky is on to pitch, and Billy Butler leads off and stares at a slider for a strike called 0-1. 43rd appearance for Renicky, 2-1 ERA at 3.35. A curveball wrapped foul. Behind the plate, 0-2. Here's the line on Swarzak. 3 innings, scoreless relief. Not only 2 hits, no walks. He struck out 1 batter. Oh, 2 on Butler. 2 for 4 today. 2 RBIs. And the pitch swung on and launched to right center field, but it'll stay in the ballpark for Hicks. Moving to his left, backpedals near the warning track. And brings it down near his left biceps for out number 1. So Butler now 2 for 5 today. 1 out. Royals by 5, 7-2. Bases empty for Salvador Perez. Well, Danny, we've seen the Royals plenty this season now. This will be the 13th game played between these two teams. And the Royals on the cusp of winning their 9th straight. You think this team can hang around and keep themselves in contention here?
Well, I think it's tough because they've won 8 in a row.
This game today, the Tigers, the Indians, and the Royals combined 3 teams on a 22-game winning streak.
Well, the teams that are hot right now seem to be in the American League Central right now, so I think Kansas City would like to be maybe playing Detroit or playing Cleveland right now.
The 0-2 bouncing ball to third. Plouffe moving to his left. He picks it cleanly. A low throw and dug out by Morneau. And 2 down. The Tigers are off today. They will host the White Sox beginning tomorrow. The Tigers have won 5 straight. The Indians, by virtue of beating Chicago today, have now won their last 8. And the Royals are 3 outs away from winning their 9th in a row.
I think they got the pitching. I do, and I think they got the guy in the back end to close it out. I'm not sure if they can continue to play this good a baseball right now. I am impressed with their defense. So if they get that quality pitching and continue to play solid defense, they got a chance.
If the season ended today, your division winners would be Boston, Detroit, and Oakland. As Kane steps in, the 1-0 swung out and pulled foul. The 2 wild card teams would be Tampa Bay and Cleveland. And right after those 2, specifically the Indians, as the Rays have 64 wins, the Indians now have 60. And Baltimore basically a game back. The Rangers a game back. 1-1 is outside. The Yankees 3.5 back. The Royals, as of right now, would be 5 back, but if they win, still 4.5 back. Of the Indians for that second and final wild card spot. The 2-1. He checked his swing and his slider, did not chase it. Ball 3. Those would be the 5 teams if the season ended today. Your 5 postseason teams: Boston, Detroit, Oakland, Tampa Bay, Cleveland. In the National League, Braves, Pirates, Dodgers. Wild card teams: Cardinals and Reds. As Kane sends one foul to the right side. 7-2 Royals, 9th inning, 3-2 on Kane.
Just taking a quick peek at the Royals schedule, they're going to fly out tonight, and they've got a weekend series against the Mets in New York.
3-2 is inside. He walked him. 2-out walk to Kane. He's on for the 4th time today. 3rd time he's walked.
And then they're going to come home, play Minnesota for 3. They're home for a little bit. They got Boston for 4. And see how well they're playing then. And then they're going to take on Miami. And then they get to go to Detroit.
Yeah, they have 10 left with the Tigers. Pitch, bouncing ball to third, and that goes foul. This is Tejada batting.
Corey, looking at their schedule, if they're still in it around September, I'm not going to say it's a soft schedule, but they've got Seattle at the end and then Chicago for 4. So their schedule might work for them at the end.
And they see the Indians, Danny, 6 times in September. 0-1 the count to Tejada, and the pitch is lifted foul.
You know, it's nice to play those teams that you're chasing there a little bit, because then you pick up those games right away. But you know, they're playing good baseball right now. The Royals are, and it seems like right now they're playing good defense. We've seen it here today. Tejada at second, Kane, who's at first base. To me, the big momentum changer in this ball game, robbing Trevor Plouffe of a home run.
The 0-2 breaking ball hit foul. Had that ball gotten over Kane's glove into the bullpen, would have been a 2-run homer for Plouffe. That was back in the 5th inning. At the time, would have made it a 5-4 game. Instead, though, no runs scored. Then Kansas City had a 2 in the 6th. And now lead by 5 here in the 9th inning. And the 0-2 inside, raising the hands of Tejada. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Corey, I look at this ball game here. A couple momentum changes in this game, and the Twins scored 2 in the bottom of the 3rd, made it 3-2, right back in this ball game. And then, of course, went out in the top of the 4th, walked that first batter, and he came around and scored. Had some base runners on base.
The 1-2 he got. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tejada's gone. Inning over. Royals don't score. They leave 1. Last wrap for the Twins. The deficit is 5. Kansas City 7, Twins 2 on your home for Twins baseball. Well, Twins fans, be sure to come on out tomorrow night. Houston Astros make their first ever trip to Target Field. Stick around after the game for a wonderful fireworks show presented by our good buddies, the Long Haul Bombers. For more information, call 833-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. I just got a chance to see the Long Haul Bombers in Seattle last weekend, and there was one guy in particular, his Twins tie-in with the last name Kirby, put on a good show. As Hicks leads off and takes a strike, Lewis Coleman is the new pitcher for the Royals. Kansas City on top 7-2. From the belt, and the 0-1 is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. You've seen those guys many times. Any of those guys you think could hit Minnie and Paul in dead center field?
No.
Okay.
I wonder if any of those guys could play professional baseball, or if they had an opportunity to play.
Here's the 1-1, strike 2 called. Jamie Carroll told me on the bus after that game in Seattle that one of the guys that was competing, he went to college with.
You play ball with him?
I believe so. I think he said he was a college teammate.
Or was he the guy that was helping Jamie Carroll out in class?
Here's the 1-2, and Hicks checked his swing, and he took a slider inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Were you one of those guys? Did you have any athletes in your class?
Yeah, there was a pitcher. His name was Tony Cogan. Actually pitched for the Kansas City Royals. He went to my high school. He was a year older. And the 2-2 is high, ball 3. Then there was another guy, another pitcher. It was a first-round draft pick by the Mets named Sean Johnson. He never panned out. I think he turned down a scholarship at Stanford. But yeah, Tony Cogan.
Don't point to him. He did not go to Stanford.
I was pointing to Chris Hatterberg. The 3-2, he got him. Strike 3 called. Knee-high fastball. Hicks is out. Second time he has struck out today. 1 down, 9th inning. Royals on top 7-2.
Well, I learned a long time ago in high school that in order to be eligible to play sports in high school, you had to have a certain GPA. And for some reason, they used to make me go around once a week, and I'd have to have this slip. Teachers would have to sign off as to make sure my grade was up.
As Thomas takes outside for a ball.
And I remember Mr. Stone, he was my math teacher, and he said, Danny, I recommend you sitting next to that guy over there.
So you're getting encouragement to play from your teachers. And the 1-0 is a strike on Thomas. 7-2 Royals.
And he was encouraging me to sit next to certain students. And I applied that all the way through college.
Now the 1-1 is inside.
Still had trouble staying eligible.
Collegiate career at De Anza, and then on to Fresno State, where he became a Hall of Famer.
Wow, who would have thought that?
And the 2-1 pitch is high, ball 3 on Clayton. Dozier on deck. Royals by 5 in the 9th inning. Danny was inducted into the Fresno State Hall of Fame. That was over the winter.
Yeah.
And the 3-1 swing and a foul. Perez hangs on 3-2.
Yeah, Fresno State, they put on a pretty good program. They had a couple of football players. Icky Woods went to Fresno State. The Icky Shuffle. They asked him to do it when he got on stage, and he kind of said he's too old. His knees are killing him.
The 3-2, Thomas strikes out. Foul tip that pitch. Perez hangs on, so 2 down. And the Twins are down to their final out. Brian Dozier has been on twice, a double, a walk, and a run scored. Scott Diamond on the hook for the loss. This is Shields' game to win. If so, Shields would win his 6th, while Diamond would fall to 5-10. 13th time this season, the Diamond failed to get through 6 innings. He went 5 plus 2 batters. There's a strike called on Dozier. Inside edge, 0-1. 7 runs, 6 earned for Diamond today. And Coleman's 0-1. Strike 2, a slider. Chris Colabello has emerged from the Twins dugout. He would bat for Bernier if Dozier can get on. And the 0-2 is inside. That's ball 1. Well, Dozier, I felt today, Danny, was moving well his first game back after missing a couple of days with that knee injury.
Yeah, he played fine out there. He also had a double, got the ball over the head of Gordon out in left field. He's walked.
The 1-2, a swing and a drive, hit deep to left, but curling foul. That ball had plenty of distance, but he hooked it foul deep down the left field side. We'll do it again, 1-2. (7-2) Royals, 9th inning. Bases empty, 2 outs. And the 1-2, he got it. Dozier strikes out. Coleman strikes out the side. And the Royals sweep the series. It's all over. Kansas City 7 and the Twins 2. The Royals have won 9 straight games and sweep the Twins in the Twin Cities for the first time since 1998. Twins fall to 45-60. The Royals are now 54-51. Again, the final score today witnessed by 35,448. Royals 7, Twins 2. We'll come back and recap this one more time from the John Gordon radio booth at Target Field. But first we check in downstairs with Chris Atterbury for a complete preview on tonight's Toyota postgame download.